Welcome, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I blend traditional Western and evolutionary astrology. And today I'm excited to share with you about this transit that's going to be a spiritual turning point for every one of us. We are going to have Neptune now stationing direct in the watery sign of Pisces. This brings this energetic reset that you're going to feel within your dreams, your intuition, your relationship, your purpose, your drive. Neptune stations direct in the sign of Pisces on December 10th, 2025. Now, before I enter into today's astrology, I want to honor this community. We have now crossed over 50,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done any of this without your constant love and support. Every bit of this is because of you. Your likes, your comments, your shares, every moment of engagement, it sends out this ripple out into the universe and helps this channel to keep growing. So thank you for supporting this sacred space. So let's dive in. So for my Aries friends, you now have Neptune stationing direct in your 12th house. The 12th house is the hidden house, our dreams, our intuition, our psychic ability. It brings this shift within your own inner world. It awakens up your spiritual landscape, what other people don't see within you, the areas of your life that you've been navigating for months. Now, during Neptune's retrograde, your unconscious material it surfaced. That means old grief, outdated beliefs, forgotten dreams, subtle fears that have shaped your reactions without your cognitive awareness. Now, as Neptune is ready to move forward, the clarity, it comes, it brings about quietness to those corners of your own psyche. You begin to sense what was draining you. You look at what is dissolving and what is now seeking a release. Remember that the 12th house is being hidden. This is a powerful moment for you it's karmic. It's to let go and let flow. It's a powerful moment for healing of your inside, your dream work, your intuitive development, softening this compassion and care that you have for yourself. The 12th house is the realm of surrender, of forgiveness, of our ancestors, of intuition, of the mysterious areas of our own soul. And Neptune here, it opens up the floodgates into a deeper understanding of what is your spiritual path. Opportunities for this transit, they now include this profound emotional release. Like, remember, it's water. These intuitive downloads, like understanding the messages that you have been receiving either through creative channeling, mystical experiences, a renewed connection with inner guidance, dream work, finding a feather, finding a coin, listening to a song. You might feel that your spirituality is protected and guided and supported in ways that you just didn't have access to before. This is a portal for rest, for retreat, to look at soul nourishment. We stop, we pause, and we look to see what has ended in order to give yourself permission to slow down, to listen deeply, not with your ears, but with your body and your mind and your soul. Let the stillness speak to you. Spend time alone in nature, in meditation, yoga, allow the insights to rise without forcing clarity. Trust your intuition even as it arrives in subtle ways, through dream work, through symbols, through music, through synchronicity, through the feeling of knowing without knowing how or why. Just an understanding of, I know, I understand, I feel. Be gentle with yourself because this is your emotional body, and resist the urge to rationalize or control what is now meant to unfold naturally and organically. Look to let go of anything that's heavy. Don't carry it on into the next chapter with you. Create these rituals of cleansing and rest and spiritual renewal. Allow this next chapter that you're moving into to be a chapter of clarity that can guide you towards self-compassion and inner peace. A mantra for you can be, I am surrendering to the divine flow. I trust my intuition, and I am allowing clarity to rise from within me. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast, and I would love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. So for my Taurus friends, you now have Neptune stationing direct in your 11th house. It is a reawakening of your connection to community, to friendship, to hopes, to dreams, what your vision is for what you want to hold for the future. This is the house where we connect with others to move forward with what we want to accomplish. These can be personal, and these can also be professional connections. Now, during the retrograde, you might have questioned your belonging. You might have doubted your purpose, your life's direction, or possibly felt unclear about who truly aligned with your path, your spirit. Now, as Neptune is moving forward, the path becomes more clear. You gain this renewed sense of social clarity. Friendships, they become more meaningful, and there can be new spiritual alliances or connections that come from other groups, or old illusions around group dynamics. They begin to dissolve and release and flow away. This is going to be a time when your dreams, your long-term goals, they regain color and inspiration and emotional resonance, like just feeling connected to a person, place, or thing. The 11th house is where you envision your place within the collective with other people. And Neptune is inviting you to dream bigger, to be more spiritually aligned and connect with those people that align with you. Now, the opportunities of this transit, they are beautiful because they include joining soul-aligned communities, networks, magnetizing these friendships that just feel destined, like a soul connection, finding new people to collaborate with, and reimagining what are your long-term dreams, your goals, your hopes, your wishes that once kind of felt like they were out of reach. You might discover that you are attracting people who match your energy, match your frequency, and share your own deeper values. Look to stay open to new connections that kind of flow towards you, especially if they're formed through spiritual, creative, or like healing spaces or practices. Allow your future vision to shift and to breathe. Let go of rigid expectations in order to shift and make room for intuitive guidance. If certain friendships or group ties or connections, they feel confusing, like during that retrograde period, now's the time when clarity is going to slowly start to come back into focus, showing you who truly supports your growth rather than drains it. Trust that your instincts of who is entering into networks, what networks you want to enter into, it's you looking at where do you really belong and who truly supports you. And this is going to be just an excellent time for you to reevaluate what are your goals and ask, do they reflect who you're becoming rather than who you once were? Because the retrograde gave you a chance to go back within and say, does this still resonate with me? Is this really what I still want to do? Or do I need to fine tune and tweak it? I'm encouraging you to dream bravely, but dream with softness and faith. A mantra for you can be, I am aligning with my soul tribe. My dreams, they guide me, and I welcome connections that support my growth. So for my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast, and I would love to hear how this resonates with you in the comments below. So for my Gemini friends, I absolutely love this for you because you have Neptune stationing direct at the highest point of your chart, your 10th house. The 10th house is your career, your job, reputation, legacy, you being seen. It's now the fog is now dissolving or leaving, and it's lifting around the themes of responsibility, your public identity, your reputation, your long-term purpose. For months, you have been in this deep sense of processing and questioning. What is my calling? And am I on the right path? And do other people see me clearly? Neptune retrograde, it has allowed you to dissolve all old ambitions and revealed the hidden confusion. It's like trying to walk forward and saying, where am I going and what am I supposed to be doing? And it blurred the lines between obligation and purpose. And now for you, as Neptune is moving forward, your professional vision, it regains this clarity. Slowly, the fog lifts and your deeper calling, it begins to crystallize. And so this is a reemergence of your imagination, of your spiritual direction that's connected to your vocation or your reputation or the legacy that you want to leave behind. The opportunities of this transit, they include you aligning with your career or your soul's purpose. This is you receiving like this intuitive guidance about what are your next steps, exploring more creative or spiritual work, redefining what does success in a way look like that will honor authenticity rather than just performance. This transit, it's going to bring subtle yet profound realignments in how you show up in the world. Look to allow your career path to evolve organically rather than just forcing immediate certainty. Remember that this is a longer transit. Neptune's direction, it encourages you to follow your inspiration rather than just rigid logic. Pay attention to signs and synchronicities and these intuitive nudges from the universe that can guide you to your next move. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to create from your heart, to choose work that nourishes your spirit and releasing these professional expectations that just come from old identities or what other people expect from you. Stay open to the unexpected opportunities and these collaborations that can flow towards you or that you drift towards, and trust that if you have felt invisible or misunderstood, clarity is now going to return. This is your new path. It's becoming more illuminated. It's with every step that you move forward, the fog lifts, you can see it, the direction is forward, and let your purpose unfold like the tide is coming in, gently, steadily, and with a deep inner knowing of what's to come. And so, my Gemini friends, a mantra can be, my purpose, it becomes clear every single day. I trust my calling, and I rise with my intuitive direction. And so for my Gemini friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this, check out my 2026 Year Ahead Astrology Forecast to navigate your year ahead. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. So for my Cancer friends, I love this because it's in a fellow water sign. It's in your 9th house. So Neptune stationing direct is in your house of cross-cultural experiences, learning, studying, traveling. And so Neptune now stationing direct here, it literally is reawakening your desire to seek meaning, to expand your worldview of people, places, and things, to reconnect with your spiritual or your philosophical truth. Now, during the retrograde, you might have questioned your beliefs or felt uncertain about what is your path moving forward. You may have experienced a crisis of faith or struggled to trust in what is your intuition telling you, or felt this disillusionment with old teachings or mentors. Now, as Neptune is moving forward, moving direct, there's this renewed sense of clarity that begins to wash over your own inner landscape. You start to feel this truth come back to you again, not as an idea, but just as a feeling or a knowing. It's what's inside of you. This is more of a spiritual awakening, a deeper intuition for you. There can be meaningful travel that comes from this. There can be new teachers or guides or mentors that flow into your path. There's this renewed sense of faith and an inspiration that you're ready to study or to teach or to share your wisdom with others. This is going to be this powerful moment of reconnecting with your spiritual path and expanding into a connection to higher understanding of what is your life's purpose. Remember that the ninth house is the house of connecting with other people of different religions and beliefs and faiths. It's expanding your worldview. So allow your beliefs to unfold and evolve rather than just clinging to what once felt certain. Let your intuition let it guide you into a new understanding of yourself and of the world. This is a time to tune in and to listen deeply to the spiritual messages, to your dreams, to your ancestors, to the synchronicities of these internal revelations. If you are drawn to a new teaching or you want to explore mystical studies, follow that pull. It'll come from within. If old beliefs, if they've felt heavy or they felt limiting, give yourself permission to release them without guilt. Neptune, it asks you to trust the journey, even when the destination is unknown. We don't know what else is out there. We just know that we need to move towards it. Your internal compass is recalibrating. Give it the space to attune to the truth. Let your wisdom come through your experiences. Let it come through reflection and being open to opportunities. This is a time for you to let your soul teach you where your mind cannot. And so, my Cancer friends, a mantra can be, I expand with faith, I am open to the truth, and my soul is guiding my path. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here and being part of my journey. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. For more on this, check out my 2026 Year Ahead Astrology Forecast, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Leo friends, Neptune is now going to station direct in the sign of Pisces in the area of your life, which is the 8th house. The 8th house is where you merge your time, your effort, your energy, your money, your resources with other people. It's a deep house. It's the house that wants clarity, and it's deeply transformative part of your chart. It's shared resources. It's intimacy. It's our connection to our family and our business associates and our partners. It's intimacy with sex, and it's psychological healing. It's about trust and control and emotional vulnerability. Now, during the retrograde, there could have been these old wounds. It's like a bandage being pulled off. And so wounds or fears or trust issues that just came to the surface. And so you might have questioned your closeness with other people, or felt unclear about your financial entanglements, or confronted these patterns that have to do with avoidance or attachment or emotional dependency or codependency. Now that Neptune is now moving forward, the motion, it softens the edges. It helps you to understand your deeper motivations, to heal from the inside out. This is where the soul does the shadow work through compassion. The opportunities of this transit, they include profound emotional healing that's emotional healing, restored trust, breakthrough within intimacy and connections with other people, shared abundance, renewed depth within your closest connections, those people that you are bonded with. This transit, it can also open up psychic awareness, mediumship, an intuitive understanding of other people's emotions, like feeling their feels. I'm encouraging you to be gentle with yourself as you navigate this emotional depth that's rising to the surface right now, because it's a time for you to allow vulnerability to be this doorway instead of just a threat. If there's fears around intimacy or trust that they come to the surface, look to meet them with compassion rather than self-judgment. This is a time to heal the old emotional inheritances that could be generational or from this lifetime. Patterns that have been passed down through family or past relationships. Allow your own intuition to guide your financial decisions, your shared agreements and responsibilities, making sure that they align with your emotional truth. Let the connections that you have now deepen through honesty and spiritual alignment rather than a forced obligation. Release what no longer feels energetically clean or balanced for you. This is going to be a time period wherein you're going to face your fears with softness, with compassion, opening up your heart with discernment, and allowing intimacy to be this pathway to healing rather than a pullback and a retreat. A mantra for you can be, I surrender to emotional truth. I trust my healing. I am open to deep, authentic connections with others. So for my Leo friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Virgo friends, I'm so excited about this for you because you now have Neptune stationing direct in your house of partnerships, the 7th house. If you are Virgo, the partnership sector, the 7th house is everybody else. That can be business, professional, personal. It's best friends, open enemies, exes. It literally means the others. And this can be through connections with contracts and negotiations. And so Neptune now stationing direct here, it brings clarity around relationships, partnerships, commitments, the way that you see other people. This retrograde, it probably really blurred the boundaries. It surfaced confusion or revealed these illusions around some of your connections. You might have questioned someone's intentions or felt unsure about specific commitments with other people, or you could have struggled to see what is the truth behind these interpersonal dynamics with personal, professional, or think about it as even clients. Now that Neptune is moving forward, the haze is now being burned off and it begins to dissolve, and it helps you to reconnect with the deeper emotional and spiritual threads that tie you and connect you to others. The opportunity of this transit, it includes heightened compassion within your connections, within your relationships, these spiritual bonds, soulmate-like connections, the healing through partnership, and increased in the ability to see others through the lens of empathy, through that instead of projection. This transit, it invites soulful relating to other people. Look to approach your relationships with clarity and softness and openness. Let your intuition guide you rather than these old fears and expectations. If boundaries have become unclear, now is the time to lovingly clarify them without harshness. If you have carried illusions or idealizations or disappointment, Allow these things to dissolve naturally, because that's what Neptune wants to do. It wants to release it and let go, let flow. This is going to be a time for heart-centered communication, for spiritual companionship, for emotional truth. Trust the relationships that just feel aligned and compassionate. If someone's energy, if it feels inconsistent or makes you feel uncomfortable, listen closely to your own inner knowing, because Neptune is inviting you to tune into and create these partnerships that are built on transparency, that are built on spiritual connection and a mutual understanding. Open yourself to deeper love, to deeper trust, and deeper meaning, but stay anchored within your own truth. A mantra for you can be, I am open to aligned connections with others. I choose clarity because love moves through me with grace. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you're ready for more, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. So for my Libra friends, Neptune is now going to be stationing direct in your 6th house. The 6th house is for you, is your daily habits, your health, your wellness. Neptune direct here, it brings a soft but a significant shift within your health, your daily routines. It's your mind, your body, your spirit, and being in alignment with. It's your work environment. It's your spiritual approach to service and to give to other people. Now, during the retrograde, you might have felt fatigued or unfocused or emotionally overwhelmed. Old habits, they could have resurfaced, or your schedule literally might have felt very chaotic or unclear. You might have lost motivation or possibly questioned what is your purpose within what you do for work every single day. Now that Neptune is moving forward and stationed direct, your energy, your body, everything begins to truly realign again. The clarity, it comes back, but it comes with meaningfulness, helping you to refine your natural rhythms of your life. The opportunities of this transit, they include healing through rest and spiritual practices. So remember that it's alternative healthcare and healing practices and modalities. So it could be tapping, it could be a walk, it could be yoga, it could be meditation. It's spiritual practices that can help calm your nervous system, your intuitive wellness insights, renewed inspiration around your work and your daily responsibilities. There is this potential when it stations direct for greater emotional balance and deeper alignment within your body's natural rhythm and cycle. Approach your daily life with compassion rather than perfectionism. Allow yourself to create these routines and these patterns that support your emotional and spiritual well-being. It's about being in alignment, mind, body, spirit. This is not about routines that are based solely on productivity. Listen to your intuition when it comes to your health. Your body, it communicates to you in subtle signals. This is a time to reevaluate all of your habits, to eliminate people, places, and things that drain you, to adopt practices that nourish your spirit. In work, look to prioritize these environments and these tasks that feel energetically cleaned and aligned with your direction. If boundaries were blurred with coworkers or clients, clarity is now going to emerge because the fog is now lifting. It's helping you to move forward with a stronger sense of self, of who you are. So let your daily life become a daily ritual of presence, of gentleness, and of mindful flow. So a mantra for you, my Libra friends, can be, I honor my well-being. I work with grace, and my daily life, it supports my spirit. So for my Libra friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you're ready to learn more, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecasts. So for my Scorpio friends, I love this because Neptune is in a fellow water sign and you are ruled by water. And so Neptune Direct in your fifth house brings about themes of creativity and art and beauty, your own inner child. And so Neptune Direct in your fifth house brings fresh clarity to creativity and pleasure and romance, self-expression, the joy that fuels your own inner fire. During the retrograde, you had these inspirations that just felt muted or inconsistent. There could have been old romantic illusions that kind of resurfaced, or confusion around creative project or children, or matters of the heart that just felt overwhelming, because Neptune retrograde had you going back over all of those themes about what makes you happy and joyful, tuning into your own inner child, or children in general, or things that you want to create and give birth to. And so now that Neptune is moving forward, the fog is lifting. It's giving you a clearer view. Your creative spirit, it now can awaken. Your heart, it softens into trust, and your desire to express your soul, it now returns with this renewed inspiration. The opportunities of this transit, they come in the form of artistic breakthroughs, romantic clarity, intuitive creative direction, spiritual connection through what brings you pleasure, a deeper joy within your relationships with children or your own inner child healing. This is going to be a time period for you where your creative gifts, they feel spiritually blessed. Allow yourself to create without self-judgment. Let inspiration literally flow through you within its own rhythm. Don't force the direction. If confusion comes within romance or creativity, like during the retrograde, it's now saying clarity can come with what's to happen next. This is going to be a time that truth will reveal itself gently for you. Open your heart to joy and looking at it without fear and vulnerability. Look to this time as an opportunity to reconnect with play. As an adult, what does that look like? What brings you happiness? Imagination, the parts of you that literally are craving and want to feel alive. Romantic encounters that feel more soulful can come into your sphere, or faded people can be drawn to you. Remember, it's flowing with water. Listen to your heart, but look to stay grounded during this time period. Let your own inner child speak through the lens of desire and dreams and longing. Create a space for beauty and music and love and spontaneity for your own inner child to be healed and to connect with others. So for my Scorpio friends, a mantra can be, I am open to joy. My creativity, it flows with divine inspiration, and my heart, it expresses its truth. And so for my Scorpio friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you're ready for your 2026 year ahead of astrology forecast, you can find that in the link below. So for my Sagittarius friends, you now have Neptune moving direct at the bottom of your chart. It's the cradle, it's the home, it's the family, it's the foundation of which everything else in your chart it grows upon. You need a strong foundation in order for everything else to be solid and stable. And so now that Neptune is direct in your fourth house, it brings clarity around emotional foundation, home, your home life, your family dynamics, your own inner roots, DNA, ancestors, your things that have come before you. And so during the retrograde, there could have been old memories, possibly unresolved feelings, ancestral wounds. These topics could have resurfaced. That was the goal. And so you might have felt uncertain about What is home? Is it a place or belongings or a sense of emotional fog within your like family relationships and partnerships? Now that Neptune is moving direct, there's this deep, gentle clarity that now emerges. Your emotional body, it begins to soften into clarity and understanding. The heaviness, it lets go, it dissolves. Home becomes your sanctuary again. The opportunities of this transit include like family healing of generational patterns, of strengthening emotional security for you, of cultivating a spiritual space within your home, within your foundation, a reconnecting with your own inner foundation. This is a time to create this safe, sacred, spiritual space where your soul can rest and rejuvenate. Treat your inner world with tenderness. Look to give yourself permission to feel everything without judgment. If you have confusion or tension that surfaces within family matters, clarity, it now begins to surface. It returns with a softness and a compassion of understanding and looking at it from a different perspective. Let your intuition guide your decisions about home, quiet, or the relocation of, or family like conversations. Create a nurturing environment for yourself through ritual or beauty or comfort within your Zen den or your home. Look to what you're creating as a space that supports your own emotional growth. This is going to be a time to heal any childhood patterns, to reconnect with your ancestry. That's from this lifetime or past. This could be with your children or with your parents and your grandparents, the roots of you, and looking at healing these in unconditional self-love. Trust your emotional wisdom at this time. Your own inner foundation is being rebuilt on truth, on compassion, and spiritual alignment. So for my Sagittarius friends, a mantra for you can be, I am held, I am rooted, and my home and heart are places of peace for me. So for my Sagittarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you're ready to look at your 2026 year ahead astrology forecast, you can find that in the link below. So for my Capricorn friends, you now have Neptune stationing direct in your third house. I absolutely love this for you because it's the house of the way we think, the way we talk. It's how we share information, how we disseminate it, how we bring it into ourselves. It's literally the way we think, we speak, we communicate, and how we perceive the world. And during the retrograde, your mind might have felt foggy or scattered or just overwhelmed. Remember, Neptune is foggy. It's unclear. There could have been miscommunications that occurred. There could have been you doubting your voice. The third house is the way that we write, the way that we speak, the way that we think. And so now that Neptune is moving forward, your thoughts, the fog is lifting. They become more clear. Your intuition, it strengthens. Your communication, it flows with more of greater accuracy and communication and compassion. And so the opportunities that come from this transit, they include intuitive insight, like that gut instinct of following through with something. It could be with inspired writing, with healing, with connecting the things that you have said and clearing them up, like healing the communication, more of a spiritual or meaningful conversations that you can have with neighbors and siblings and cousins or your immediate environment. The third house is the people that you talk and share ideas with that are the closest to you. I'm encouraging you to speak gently with yourself first and also with others. Let your intuition, let it guide your words more than just logic alone. If you have that gut feeling, follow through with it. If there's confusion or misunderstanding that came up recently, approach the conversations now with patience and this openness. It's about clarity now returning to you. This is a beautiful time for you to truly trust the subtle mental impressions, the things that are not being said. Pay attention to symbolic messages or like a divine connection. Allow your mind to be guided rather than like pushed. Engage in practices that can shut out the mental noise. That's journaling, that's meditation, mindful walking, just yoga, creative expression, something that can tune out the outside world so you can tune in to your own inside world. Your voice, it's becoming this channel for deeper truth, but it requires softness and presence and heart-centered awareness. Be mindful of whom you share your energy with, because your words, they affect your own like inner peace. And so for my Capricorn friends, a mantra for you can be, my mind is clear, my voice is aligned with truth, and I communicate with grace. So for my Capricorn friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Aquarius friends, Neptune is now stationing direct in your second house. It's a very personal house for you. It revolves around themes of finances, resources, cash, property, talent, skill set. It's the house of what do you need in order to feel safe and secure? What do you deserve? What do you believe that you deserve? During the retrograde, you might have questioned your stability, your resources, possibly undervalued your gifts, possibly struggled with inconsistent income or unclear like financial boundaries. Now that Neptune is moving forward, it will restore your confidence. It'll restore your sense of self-worth. You begin to understand what truly matters to you, spiritually, emotionally, and materially. The opportunities of this transit include intuitive financial decisions, like that gut instinct of this is where I should go and this is where I should put my money, or spiritually aligned income sources, increased confidence within your own talents and skill set, and a deeper understanding of what is your true value. Trust that your worth is not measured by external outcomes. This transit, it's asking you to separate fear from truth and scarcity from reality, releasing that scarcity mindset. Let your values guide you and let it guide your decisions rather than pressure or comparison. Create clarity around your finances with compassion. Review what needs to be structured without judging yourself. Be open to income that aligns with your spirit rather than what drains you. This is being in alignment with career, job. Look to strengthen your boundaries. This is energetically and physically around your time, your energy, your resources. This is going to be a time for you to truly reclaim your worth with softness and confidence. Know your value. Know your worth. You are being guided towards stability that's rooted within authenticity. And so for my Aquarius friends, a mantra can be, I honor my worth. I attract what supports my spirit because my value is unquestionable. So for my Aquarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And for more on this, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. So for my Pisces friends, this is all about you. Neptune is now stationing direct in your first house of identity. I love this for you because it resets who you are, your identity, your self-perception. I always say it's your business card, your website. It's what you present to others. It's literally your personal direction and where you're going and what you're showing to other people. The retrograde might have felt like maybe you made yourself, like you questioned who you were, where you were going, what is going on in your life. And so as Neptune now moves forward, your sense of self, it becomes the fog lifts, it clarifies itself. You feel more in alignment with your spiritual path. The more connected you are to your intuition, the more you're able to express who your authentic self is. It's being in alignment and showing the world, this is who I am. It's by name, it's by mind, by body, by spirit. It's literally your first house of identity. This is a personal renewal for you, a deeper intuitive awareness, a creative rebirth, a spiritual realignment. And this brings greater emotional sensitivity that becomes a strength rather than a weight that holds you down. Look to this to allow your identity to evolve without pressure or exertion. You are emerging from a period of disillusionment and from a spiritual, like a reconfiguration. Be patient with yourself as clarity returns in waves. It's water. Trust your intuition as your primary compass. Let go of these old roles, old identities, these masks that no longer reflect your soul. Embrace the softness that comes with being so deeply in tuned to your emotions, your feelings. Express yourself creatively, spiritually, authentically, without fear of misunderstanding. Look to ground yourself through routine and boundaries and self-care. As your energy, it becomes more porous and receptive. This is a time for you to experience a gentle rebirth. And so, my Pisces friends, a mantra can be, I am returning to myself, my spirit. It guides my steps. I am aligned with who I am becoming. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And for more, check out my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast.